In these homework exercises for the summer jobs problem, you will be investigating some of reasons why the productivity of some workers appears to change when different methods of computation are used. When you open this first worksheet, you'll see that it contains a sampler which generates information about 9 workers, just like the number of workers that you looked at in the summer jobs problem. Click Run on the sampler to see it work. Do this several times, and notice that, whenever the ranking of some worker changes more than 2 positions, the graph highlights these cases by shading them black. For some samples, the changes in scores are not large even though the ranking of the worker might change several positions. But, in other cases, the changes are quite large. Run the sampler 100 times, and count the number of samples where some workers' ranking changes enough so that the graph highlights this worker in black. Notice that, even though these cases might not occur often, they might be very significant to the worker who might get hired or fired depending on the results of the analysis. When you open the second worksheet, you will see that the sampler has been replaced by 2 graphs. One shows the number of hours that each worker works for each of the months, June, July, and August. And the second one shows the number of dollars that each worker earned for each of the 3 months. Next, notice that, if you click on any of the data points in any of the graphs, then comparable data points also are highlighted in the other graphs, as well as in the table. Your task in this exercise is to change the data in the table so that 1. Jenny ranks best for average dollars per average hours. But she does not rank best for average dollars per hour. 2. Helen ranks best for average dollars per hour. But she does not rank best for average dollars per average hours. 3. Barb ranks lowest for average dollars per average hours. But she does not rank lowest for average dollars per hour. 4. Emma ranks lowest for average dollars per hour. But she does not rank lowest for average dollars per average hours. 5. Georgia ranks 2 steps higher for average dollars per hour than for average dollars per average hours. 6. Irene ranks 2 steps lower for average dollars per hour than for average dollars per average hours. To accomplish these goals, you are only allowed to change the values for hours worked or for dollars earned. But you can do this in 2 different ways. One way to change data in the table is by using the drag value tool in the graphs for hours or dollars. The second way is to click on a data point in a graph that you want to change, and the data for this data point will be highlighted in the table. Simply type in a new value for the data point that you want to change. Remember, in this activity, you are only allowed to change values for hours worked or for dollars earned, because all other data in the table are calculated from these 2 values. The third worksheet returns to a situation where the data are being generated by a sampler. And your first task is to run the sampler until you find a case where some worker ranks significantly higher or low for average dollars per hour than for average dollars per average hours. Then, look at the 3 graphs at the bottom of the worksheet and write a few sentences to describe how this worker's performance changed from June to July to August. Finally, write similar sentences to describe the other workers' trends and performance over the summer.